Hi folks, my name is Danny. Welcome to another video here on Danny's Corner. Today I want to continue talking about shootings. It seems like this is something that we continue to struggle with. Just this weekend alone, for Halloween weekend, we have had more than 12 shootings. There's an article that I'm going to read, and I'm going to post it on either the comment section or the description. And basically, all around the country, we've continued to have these. Yes, after the shooting in Maine, there have been several others. And perhaps you will not hear of them because they're local and not, how should I say this? Not as national newsworthy. I know that sounds bad, but that's the only way that I can describe this. And until we don't do something about it, as I have stated in my earlier videos, nothing is going to get done. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. Just like everybody here, I think that this country can do better, but it takes all of us to do so. And so when I made that call to action in the video, how we can bring our prayers into a call to action, we are not going to be fixing this problem anytime soon. And one of the things that I do not like is when most of these shootings get, this is really hard. When these shootings get to where somebody else is blamed, and there's always a community to be blamed for everything. In this case, mass shootings are due to mental illness. I'm not the one who's saying that. People on the right are the ones that say things like, well, we shouldn't give guns to people who are mentally ill, or mentally ill people should be institutionalized, or something. And to me, and perhaps this is something that I did not mention before, but the truth is that anybody can have a bad day. If you do not have self-control, if you cannot control your emotions, and I think it may happen to anyone, if we are not able to control our emotions and allow our emotions to take control of us, we do not know what we're capable of doing in a moment of rage and or anger. So mental illness isn't the entire cause for somebody committing a mass shooting or a murder. And I think when you start blaming people with mental illness, or anybody else for that matter, for something as heinous as a mass shooting, it paints people in a bad light. You know, we already have a stigma around mental illness. We already have people stigmatized because of other disabilities. And now, that just because several people have been identified as having a mental illness, and this is why, it turns out that this person was mentally ill, and it just so happens that they committed a crime. Now, each and every person who has a mental illness is going to be scrutinized to see if they are not they're not capable of committing such a heinous crime. Not everybody who's mentally ill is going to shoot people. That's not the way it works. Those of us who have a disability, or those people that have mental illness, know how to control their emotions. And a lot of that has to do thanks to medication, thanks to treatment. And it's sad that we get mischaracterized based on people that may not know anything about us and just hear things about us and run away with the story. So the first one I heard about was in Tampa, Florida. After the main one, the first mass shooting that I heard about was in Tampa. So the one in Tampa left 2 people dead and at least 18 injured. I believe the neighborhood is Ybor City, and this was Sunday. So it says that there is a video, and again, you're gonna watch this if you click on the link. There's a video depict a chaotic scene with people fleeing the gunfire and officers tending to wounded people. It's amazing. And then there was another one in Chicago. Okay. Chicago police responded to a shooting early Sunday, and 15 people were shot. This is what this was the statement that was released. Officials say the victims, who range from ages 26 to 53, were taken to the hospital. 2 of the victims, 26 and 48 in age, are in critical condition, according to a Chicago police who said the investigation is ongoing. Officers responding to a shots fired call in the area approached and observed an unknown shooting where a gathering was taking place, adding that the offender fled on foot and was placed in custody a short distance away. A separate mass shooting in Chicago on Saturday morning left 4 people hospitalized. One of them is in critical condition. And here we have one in Texarkana, Texas. In Texarkana, Texas, 3 people died following a mass shooting Saturday, the Texarkana, Texas Police Department said in a statement. 3 others injured are recovering in the hospital. The 6 total people who were shot range from ages 19 to 31, officials say. It's amazing. Apparently, this all started when a fist fight broke out between 2 men at a party. At some point during this fight, at least 2 men pulled out rifles and started shooting, the department said. And, we can go on. Indianapolis, Indiana. Officials say 1 person was killed in a shooting early Sunday in Indianapolis, Indiana, and 9 others were injured. Upon arrival in the area, responding officers report hearing gunshots and observe a large crowd dispersing from the scene, the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department said in a statement. Per the Gun Violence Archive, additional mass shootings indicator Georgia, Maryland, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, Dodge City, Kansas, and Mansfield, Ohio over the weekend left at least 27 injured. Reading this is like, I don't know. Have we become numb to the violence? Please tell me, because I do want to know what's going on. And I want to ask the question that I have asked before. What is it going to take for us to wake up to what is going on? People say that under Trump we did not have wars. I disagree with that. Just because we have not had just because we didn't have an ongoing war with people fighting amongst themselves, like actively, bombs and or anything else going on, doesn't mean that we have not had a war. War started with verbal assaults, with bringing down one another just because we disagree. And then it started with altercations for whatever reason. And it happens at parties, it happens with disgruntled employees. For whatever reason, people, we need to calm down. It's not worth pulling a gun. We have more guns than people, and look what it has brought us. We need gun control. We need to make this country safe. This is not a time to be arguing and shooting one another. There are more important things that are going on, and we're not paying attention to this because we are so concerned with ourselves and to please our ego. And we don't realize that as we're doing that, we're killing ourselves. It's amazing. So let me ask again, what is it going to take for us to take a stand and say enough is enough? There is no need to blame other countries for what's happening in the United States. Those countries did not bring guns to this one. Those countries did not incite people to be violent with their own fellow citizens. Those countries did not train American citizens to be violent with one another. It seems like after the pandemic, we have become more enraged, more filled with anger, filled with anxiety, more depression, just more out of control. It's amazing. And that's all that's the only word that comes to mind, because I'm not able to believe what's going on. I don't know. But it has to stop. And we can't rely on our politicians to stop this. So what is it going to take? Are we still going to say, if only the Republican Party was in office, or if only the Democrats would do something? When are people going to say, if only we, as people, as American citizens, as a nation, regardless if we're apolitical or political, what would happen if we got together and did something? That's the question. If you have enjoyed this video, that seems kind of hard to say. Who can enjoy a video where the only thing that I've been talking about is shootings? But unfortunately, that has become the daily bread here in America. But if you like the content where it's more introspective, it makes you think, there's a call to action, or at least that's what I try to do with each of my videos, regardless if it's on whatever topic. It's getting you to think. It's getting you to do something, move. It requires you digging deep into yourself and taking that courage, being brave and being bold. If you like this type of content, if you like being challenged, hit that subscribe button, share, like, comment, give me suggestions, have a conversation. What do you think we can do? This is not a time to be arguing about who's right or who's wrong, if it's Joe Biden or Donald Trump. We already experienced this with other candidates in the past, and we will continue to experience and say more horrible things about other candidates in the future, 10, 20, 50, 100 years from now. And in the meantime, the shootings will remain until we don't focus on something else. Let's stop putting down one another and let's start building bridges. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.